Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope all of you are fine and healthy. Children, welcome to science class. Today, I am going to start a new chapter, that is light, sound and force. This is the first part of the chapter. Children, if I say you go and fetch your shoes in a dark room, can you do it? No, I know you need light to see them. Children, we get light from the sun, from electric bulb, from tube light, candles and oil lamps. Okay, so these objects which are giving us light or the objects that give out light are called luminous objects. Here, sun is there, fire is there, stars are there, bulb is there. These all are examples of luminous object. Next, objects that do not give out light are called non-luminous objects. We can see them only when the light from a luminous object falls on them. So, some examples are here, children. Say for a boy. That means we human being. We are non-luminous object. We are not giving out light. A pen is there. It is also non-luminous object. Table, your book, copy, all are non-luminous objects. That means this type of objects do not give out light and they are only visible when a light from a luminous object falls on them. Our next point is, children, how we see things. Children, light always travels in straight lines. Here is a picture. Look at the picture, children. A boy is there at the end of a pipe and another end of a pipe there is a lighted candle. Now the boy is trying to see the flame of the candle. He is placing his eyes in front of the pipe and he can easily see the flame of the candle. Why? Because light always travels in straight line. That's why light from the flame reaches to the eye. That's why the boy is able to see the flame. See the next picture. Here the boy is holding a pipe which is carved. One portion is carved of the pipe which is carved. That means the boy is placing a carved pipe in front of a candle, lighted candle, and he wants to see the flame. Now what happened? As the light always travels in straight line, so the light coming out from the flame gets blocked here. Why? Because it always travels in a straight line. So here carved portion is there. That's why light can't pass through it and the boy is not able to see the light of the candle. A non-luminous object such as an apple does not allow light to pass through it. So how do we see the apple? The light gets reflected, that is the light bounces back. When this reflected light falls on our eyes, we are able to see the apple. Look at the picture, children. When the light from the sun falling on the apple as it is a non-luminous object do not allow the light to pass through it. So what happens? Just the light that falls on the apple bounces back. Okay, bounces back, and when this light falls into our eyes, we are able to see the apple. But notice that if no light source is there, that means no new luminous object is there, we can't able to see the apple. That's why you can't fetch your shoes in a dark room. Our next point is children, shadows. When an object or a thing blocks the path of light, a dark patch is formed on the opposite side of the light. This dark patch is called shadow. See? Look at the picture, children. The boy is jumping here or giving a somersault. Okay. Sun is here. So, opposite side of the sun, that means there, opposite side of the light source, a dark patch is formed. Okay. Why the dark patch formed? Because the boy is blocking the sun's path. That's why this dark patch formed, which is known as shadow. Now children, the size of your shadow keeps changing. Now sometimes it is longer and sometimes it is shorter than you. The size of your shadow changes with the position of the sun. The length of a shadow is long in the morning, it is shortest at noon and becomes long again as the sun sets in the evening. Let me explain you. See the children? In this picture, you can see that the sun is moving and the shadow is also moving. But the shadow don't move. What happens, children? The shadow changes with the position of the sun. Okay, the length of a shadow always changes with the position of the sun. Now, the length of a shadow is long in the morning time and in evening time. See, the long shadow means either it is morning or it is evening. Okay, and the shadow is shortest at noon. See, when the sun is on the head, that means noon time, the size of the shadow is shortest. Okay, and when it is morning or evening, that time slanting shadow. See this one, slanting shadow, that is longest. Okay, today up to this much, children, up to shadows. In the next video I will continue from sound. Now what you will do, at first you will go through the video well, then go through the chapter very well. Then you have to do the worksheet which is already posted in Google Classroom. Till then, stay well and thank you.